Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I'm sorry. I with all this bullshit going on about the eclipse, I just had to put something together. I'm sorry. I hope you enjoyed that. Oh my God. Happy Monday, everybody. Glad to have you here. Welcome to Crypto Coin Mindset. As always, if you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button, tick that bell icon, click the all. That way you get notified every time I go live. And if you are here, make sure you smash up that like button. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Oh, man. I'm sorry. I just had to do that this morning. Hey, Chris Hanley, welcome. Glad to see you today. Mike, yes, good afternoon to you, sir. Welcome, welcome. 100 Air. For those who were on Crypto on the Rocks on Friday, I was joined by 100 Air. It was great to have him on board. Yes, Eclipse Day. I mean, all these things going on, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like, good Lord, you know? Yes, yes. So, yes, automatic beats. That's the way, buddy. That's the way. Exactly. All this baloney, I just couldn't resist. I'm sorry. Couldn't resist. All right, everybody. I think I got everybody in there. Appreciate everybody being in here. Yeah, well, I don't know about that. I've lived through too many, maybe. There are a bunch of other stuff going on, though. In fairness, beside the whole eclipse thing, let's see what else is going on. CERN doing their whole collider thing. What's the other thing? I thought there was something else. I don't know. You can tell. It's like seeing dinosaurs. Okay. I haven't seen any eclipses. I'm pretty sure I have, but I appreciate it. It was like 100 years ago. Oh, this particular eclipse event. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Appreciate it. Where we got here? Automatic beats. Last time the eclipse. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. I don't know. I don't track the eclipses. They happen. But anyway, like I said, I just figured that was going to be something to start everything out with a little bit of levity for this particular eclipse. Let's create an eclipse coin. Yes, why not? We got every other damn kind of meme coin, right? All right, speaking of meme coins, let's go check out the markets here. Let me change this so we can make this a little bit bigger. I just refreshed the page. And of course, let's, because Lord knows I'll say stuff and people will be all like, woo. So here we go. Bitcoin, 71,920, down a little bit. It was up over that 72K mark, but been fluctuating right around 72K. Nothing wrong with that. And I'm still thinking, like I said, we got what? About 12 days, I think it is now, till the halving. And I'm still thinking we got some upward motion. Just my opinion, not financial advice. Ethereum looking good at 36.26, up 2% over the last 7 days. BNB pretty much steady from where it was when we were here last Friday for Crypto on the Rocks. So this past Friday, 593.42. We got Solana back up over $180. Jar will be happy. He wants $190 though, so you never know. And yes, of course, automatic beats with sold to the moon. Good job. Yes, exactly. All right, where are we? Let's keep going. XRP at 61 cents, up pretty much 2% over the day, the last 24 hours. And Doge looking good at 20 cents. I mean, holy cow. That's all I got to say about Dogecoin. Holy cow. I would never expected it to be as high as it is right now. Cardano up 2% on the day, still down about 3.5% on the week, 60 cents. I don't know. I gave you my opinion. I think there still needs to be some knees down with Cardano. Timecoin looking pretty good right now at $5.83. Like I said, coming off that partnership with Telegram. Avalanche still down 5.5% over the last week, even though it's up 3% in the last 24 hours, back above the $50 mark. BCH, again, for what it's meant to be used for, 693, up 6.7% in the last week. Chainlink, I like Chainlink, up almost 4% in the last 24 hours. Still under $20 though, 18.42 for Link. I know we got Link fans here. Okay. I'm sorry. I just checking the chat. You guys are going in the chat. Have at it. Tron up 1.5% over the last 7 days. Over 2% of that in the last 24 hours. Matic still looking pretty good here. 93 cents, still under $1. Goodbye for Matic. Let's zip down here. Litecoin, pretty much steady, all things being equal. Just over $100. Honestly, I'd like to see it go back down below $100 so I can go ahead and pick some more up. Sorry, guys, need a sip of water. Allergies are kicking my butt. Stacks still down 8.5%, and that's with being up 5% in the last 24 hours. Crazy, right? Still Stacks $3.44. Filecoin looking pretty good. $9.20. Whiff, gotta stop there, right? Up almost 16% in the last 24 hours, $4.18, but still, believe it or not, down over 6% in the last 7 days. Crazy. Lots of people liking Whiff. Immutable X, $2.87. Not a bad price still, I think. But moving on up. Stellar, 13 cents. You know what? I like Stellar. Think we got some good moves going on with them. But this cycle, Render, 1004, up 3% so far today. HBAR in that 11-cent mark. I mean, I don't know. I'm surprised again. Still so low, but hey, it is what it is. Goodbye for HBAR. VeChain, I like VeChain. I think they got some good upward mobility available to them in this bull cycle, up 8.5% in the last 24 hours. That's crazy moves right there with VeChain. Caspa cannot stop at Caspa. We got to stop. Up 6.6% in the last 7 days. Back up over 14 cents for Caspa. That's great. Injective. Looking pretty good at $36, up almost 3.5% in the last 7 days. Pepe, pretty much still holding in that 5-cent range, even though it's had almost a 6% move in the last 24 hours. Let's see what else we got here. Thorchain, Rune, I like Thorchain. We've got that at 775, still down 7.5% in the last week. Gallo, one of the options you can vote for every Friday night, 7 p.m., Crypto on the Rocks. This cycle, first half 2024, is Web3 P2E gaming. Gallo is one of those options and up almost 3% in the last 24 hours at about 6.5 cents. Monero, can't beat that, like that, up 5% for the last 7 days. 132.28, looking good. Let's see, anything else we want to touch on? Algo looking pretty good, 24.5 cents for Algo. Jupiter, for those who are using that particular exchange, $1.43, still down almost 19% over the last 7 days on Jupiter. Quant, I like Quant, 122.66, still down 5.5% over the last 7 days. So yeah. Oh, I gotcha. Sorry, I was just checking the checking the chat. You guys talk about mining. That's cool. Okay, Beam, another one of those items you can vote for on Crypto on the Rocks every Friday night, 7 p.m. Up 8.6% 0.3% in the last 24 hours. About almost 3.5 cents. Goodbye for Beam. And I think, oh yeah, we might as well touch Axie Infinity and the Sandbox because both of those are also on this first half's portfolio in 2024. Axie at $10.42, up 6% in the last 24 hours. And we'll end over here at the Sandbox, 64 cents, down over 3% in the last 7 days, even though up about 4.5% in the last 24 hours. So that's a quick overview look at the markets. Hope that was helpful, get you up to date as to where we are right now. As a whole, we've had obviously an uptick from the when I was dollar cost averaging, I'll tell you what, it was great to get Bitcoin at like 65. I think I got it somewhere in the 65 bracket. I'll take it. But here we are back over 70. So we'll see what happens. We're moving into that halving. Speaking of the halving, we're going to be doing a broadcast through the halving, a live stream through the halving on the Matrix Money podcast. Link to that channel is in the description of this live stream. Make sure you go over there, follow us there if you do not already, and make sure that you are we're going to simulcast that not only on the Matrix Money podcast, but on Jar's channel, FF's channel, and my channel. So we'll be going the entire time through the halving and a little bit afterward. And because we weren't able to do the Matrix Money podcast live stream last week, we'll be doing that wallet giveaway during the live stream for the halving. So make sure you're there. Make sure that you subscribe to the Matrix Money podcast channel, because you have to be subscribed to that channel, in order to win that wallet or be eligible to win that wallet. Okay, let's see here. This is the one I want. Let's start here. So I'm going to guess that most people that are in this live stream here right now are pretty much familiar with Robert Kiyosaki, author, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Been in the financial and business space for decades now. I want to say since the early 90s, I think. And matter of fact, I think that's when he wrote his book. That book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, was in the early 90s. And he has been, he has come around to be a bitty. Oh my goodness. And I'm not even drinking. Can you imagine what's going to go on for Crypto on the Rocks? Oh, when I am drinking, right? Believe me, this is just water. So yeah. All right. Like that, just screen right here. Oh, okay. Sorry. Just again checking on. I don't want to miss anybody's questions or whatever in the comments. That's why I'm checking the live chat. Hey, you guys have fun in that live chat. All right. So Robert Kiyosaki put out a tweet, which we're going to look at in a minute. It was picked up here in this article here on Feinbold or Finbold, whatever. And, basically breaking down what he said. It gave a little bit of background right here. His personal finance book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, etc. He has become, Robert Kiyosaki, has become a pretty big Bitcoin bull. And he has no shame in saying stuff that I've been putting in a lot of live streams about, saying the government's deficit spending is just out of control. They're spending like drunken sailors. And again, not trying to put words in his mouth, but kind of trying to paraphrase and put his words, my words, all in the same bundle here. But this guy is obviously rich in his own right, and so probably worthy of listening a little bit to what he's got to say when he's got something to say. So let's do this. Let's bring up the tweet that started this whole thing. And if you don't follow him on X, link is in the description of this live stream for you to go ahead and do that, as well as a link to this tweet and his Rich Dad, Poor Dad YouTube channel. So go ahead, follow him everywhere, get some good information, and yeah. What do we got going here? Interesting. Power bill. Yeah, I'll talk about power bill. That's okay. See, you had some Baileys in your coffee this morning. I wish I did. 100 Air. I wish I did. I would love some Baileys in my coffee. Be quite frank with you. Ever drink Baileys from a shoe? I can't say that I have. There, Chris. Yeah, me too. I do like Baileys and coffee, but honestly, I don't have any with me. And yes, it does sound a little bit disgusting drinking Baileys out of a shoe. And yeah, college days. You got that right. You got that right. Oh, he's saying it's from an old video. Okay. All right, there you go. Let's see what Mike's got. By the way, projects on Cardano network are increasing. We haven't even had a stable coin. Yeah, that's, I know. DJed was kind of a thing with regard to the Cardano stable coin. Sorry, guys, need another sip here. And Mike is correct. More and more projects building on Cardano. So yes, I mean, again, I still think as far as price action is concerned, they need to go down a little bit more. 100. Yes, I like Robert Kiyosaki, always have. Excuse me, guys. And all right, we're talking about back to talking about some mining stuff. So let me get back to, oops, sorry, forgot to take that off the screen here. Hang on one second. There we go. All right. So basically, this is the tweet that kind of started everything out here. He basically says the everything bubble is what he's calling basically everything that's being funded by fiat for the most part. Stocks, bonds, real estate set to crash. U.S. debt increasing by $1 trillion every 90 days. Now, that is true. I did a little bit more research on it. When I was doing my live stream last week and I was talking about the increasing debt, we're at just under 35 trillion, etc. I said that we were increasing the debt to the tune of $1 trillion every 6 months. And it's actually about every 90 days. That's a bit more accurate. And he definitely highlights that here. I mean, how I'm sorry, how insane is that? We're sitting here watching our governments just like spend like drunken sailors, and they're doing nothing but robbing from our children and our grandchildren. And again, I put a link to that live stream and a bunch of other live streams I've done talking about and videos for that matter, talking about different ways to diversify and invest and where I'm investing, that kind of thing. Again, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, old guy interwebs. But the point is, I believe, and I think, for those who are on my channel all the time, that I think crypto is one of those ways to go. Bitcoin, definitely part of every portfolio. I show you that every Friday night, Crypto on the Rocks. And, you can take, in what I try to show you there is you can take as little as $25 a week and build some wealth that, quite frankly, if you do it right, is uncensorable. Okay. And appreciating, unlike the US dollar, which is completely depreciating as they continue to spend. Anyway, to get back to his tweet here, he says the US is bankrupt. Save yourself. And he's not wrong, because listen, I've said it before in a bunch of videos, and I know it's not popular, but here's the facts, folks. Ain't nobody coming to save you. No one is coming to save you or me or anybody else here. You are responsible. You are the one who's got to save you and your family. So much like he says here, save yourself. Please buy more real gold, silver, and Bitcoin. How about that? From a guy that is a gold bug, obviously. And we've talked about gold and DCAing into gold. Yes, I do need Bailey's. You're not wrong. Oh man, you guys, bad influence on me. Bad influence. I've talked for a while now about DCAing into gold. Where is it? There it is. DCAing into gold right here, having this ship right to your door for as little as $50 a month. The link to do that, or to be able to do that, is in the description of this excuse me, of this live stream. So you can go ahead and check that out, see if that is worthy of you. So he mentions gold again. He's a gold bug. That's his thing. I get it. And, hey, gold money since like forever, right? So I get why he's got that at the top of the list. Silver, again, he's talking real assets here. Nothing wrong with silver. When Jar's in here, sometimes he likes to talk about that. So, yep. Make sure silver, if that's the case, and then Bitcoin. I mean, again, I show you in each portfolio that Bitcoin definitely should be part of each portfolio that you're putting together. You got to stack the sats, right? And again, use the other stuff to spend or buy or whatever, which is the other point to be mentioned here. And again, I put a link to the entire playlist in the description of this live stream, so you can go check that out on my YouTube channel about living on crypto. And you use whatever you want. You can use Litecoin. I use Litecoin to pay for my VPN. And you guys know that. I've been here for a while. Bitcoin Cash, if that's what you want to use. Again, use those things that are meant to be money and save the Bitcoin, stack the Bitcoin, because they're going to be huge returns on Bitcoin. And the price action is going to go up. Personally, I think we're going to see more upward all-time high situation things going on with regard to Bitcoin before the halving. So right now the halving scheduled for like the 19th, so just under 2 weeks. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes and see how close I am to being correct. What's my guts? Mike, I've got a couple of gold coins, but we don't have gold like that here. Ah, really? And is that something that you can't get in Portugal like that? I don't know. I don't live there, obviously, but that's interesting. Hopefully, you are able to either buy it, get it in, whatever. I'm not sure if this is something that you can order. Oh, I see. Okay. Ounces. Yeah, this is help me. Ha! Wow, I'm having a brain cramp and hold on. Let me put my glasses on and it's like grams. Thank you, grams, yeah. Of gold. Sorry. I obviously need some of that Bailey's, damn it. And no, you can't, huh? I got it. All right. Sorry, Mike. Sorry to hear that. Well, I don't know, my friend. I don't know what to tell you. I can't speak intelligently about helping you to get gold into Portugal. So if anybody else can, jump into the live chat. Help a boy out here. But for those who are in the US, you do have that option. And again, link in the description. And again, crypto, you could get it pretty much anywhere, and you're able to spend it pretty much anywhere on pretty much anything, as you'll see when you follow through with my Living on Crypto series. And again, okay, he's saying we have coins. Okay, fair enough. Got it. And I mean, hey, whatever. Get your hands on it, man. I remember having a bunch of silver coins back in the day. I sold those suckers, and I'm so not happy that I did that at this point in my life. I really should have kept those. Truly. Sorry, guys. Need another sip. All right. It's midday for me at this point. I should be having a beer. I've been up since like, I don't know, 4 o'clock this morning. Couldn't go back to sleep. So I've been doing work this whole time. Anyway, so that was what spawned me to do this particular live stream today, was this whole idea of, as he puts here, please buy more real gold, silver, and Bitcoin. And frankly, again, he's not wrong. It's something, like I said in the description here of this live stream, I've been talking about it and talking about it and talking about it. And I'm going to guess that some of you may even be sick of hearing me talk about it, quite frankly. But what am I going to say? You know, it's one of those things. And I'm going to prove the point about one of those things that people just still don't get it in a minute with a short that I did. And kids have silver bars. Good for them. What's this say? Use payment rails on chains with minuscule gas fees, Casper Dash, Neo. Yeah. Bitcoin doesn't need our use other than mining or running a node. BTC adoption will be accelerated by ETFs. Yeah, you're not wrong. And the living on crypto. Hold on one second. Let me just close this out. So, okay. The living on crypto series, if you followed it, you know I'm focusing mostly on Dash, although I did talk a little bit about Litecoin and using the Exodus wallet with regard to Bitrefill, that kind of thing. Yeah, you need to be using something with low gas fees, and I wouldn't be using Bitcoin as a payment rail, even with the Lightning Network, to be quite frank. But I do personally think you should be holding sats with regard to, well, at least as far as Bitcoin is concerned. And what's this? By the way, Bitrefill launched. Oh, did they? See? Doesn't matter how much I'm in the space. Like, I can't even count how many hours a day, every single flipping day, and still miss stuff. So there you go. I still miss stuff. Thank you, Mike, for putting that out there. Appreciate that. But I want to just show you a recent short I put out, and it was a short I pulled together actually from a live stream that I did, where I was talking about saving your energy and future purchasing power, basically in Bitcoin instead of USD. And I highlighted Paul Tudor Jones, and I'm going to guess pretty much everybody in this live stream right now knows who Paul Tudor Jones is. And he, in the thing that I highlight, he had given an interview, I forgot, on MSNBC or CNBC or something or another. And basically he said that given the turmoil that we're coming into, thank you to, you know, almost $35 trillion in US debt, that Bitcoin and gold should be larger portions of your portfolio. On this short, now you got to remember how shorts work. Right now, like for example, this live stream is mostly going out to people who are already familiar with cryptocurrency, who are subscribed to my channel, that kind of thing. When I put together a short, or anybody for that matter on YouTube puts together a short, it gets sent out far and wide on the short shelf. So it's not necessarily just crypto people in this case that are watching this. So it got a lot of views, and it also got a lot of dislikes. About 25% of the interaction on this particular short that I'm going to show you in a minute, coming from Paul Tudor Jones for the most part. I mean, I highlighted what he had to say in this particular short. So he's a guy that's worth like $8 billion. And they're basically saying he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. Screw him. You know, it's the mainstream media has done a good job with, you know, basically turning people off to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So let me show you the short you decide, and then we'll come back and check the comments and that kind of thing. Hang on one second. Let me just bring that up full screen for you and start it. At what Paul Tudor Jones, and if you don't know Paul Tudor Jones, he is probably one of the richest men in the United States. He's got a humongous hedge fund that he manages, a billionaire in his own right, worth about $8 billion. Let's be honest. If you're worth $8 billion, you probably reevaluate your investment strategies from time to time.
And I would lump gold and Bitcoin together. I think they probably take on a larger percentage of your portfolio than historically they would, because we're going to go through both a challenging political time here in the United States. You know that more likely than not, we're going to go into recession. So yeah, I like Bitcoin and I like gold right here.
Let's take a look. All right. So you get the point. Now that, again, that short, 1/4 of the interaction on that short, just about 25% straight up, was negative. Like, again, at this guy that's worth $8 billion does not have any idea what the hell he's talking about. 100-day caveat. I will be paying for my BTC conference ticket with Bitcoin for the 20% discount. Yep. No, that makes 100% sense. When I was, I bought Broken Money by Lynn Alden. I bought it off of the Safe House, Saifedean Amos's online store, and you get a discount if you pay with Bitcoin. So yeah, I went and bought Bitcoin to pay with Bitcoin because I wasn't going to take it out of my cold storage. So I understand, you get the discount where you can get the discount. Should place the heart in another place, messes up the chat. Okay. Especially mobile app users. Yeah, you're not wrong with that. Gotcha. Not wrong with that. Mobile, yeah. YouTube mobile, and even YouTube on TV, because a lot of times when I'm like chillaxing before I go do whatever I got to do for the day, I'll flip the TV on, put on YouTube, and start trying to kind of catch up and see if there's anything I'm missing, whatever. And TV's even worse than mobile, if you ask me. My humble opinion when it comes to YouTube. Now, in a nutshell, that's what I had for this particular live stream. And I think we as a group, we as a bunch of cryptocurrency enthusiasts need to start doing better to educate and get the word out there. And there's lots of ways to do it. This is one of the ways I choose to do it. I do a lot of talking in person. It's kind of funny. So I'm out and about, and inevitably at some point in my travels, I end up in a conversation about Bitcoin or about cryptocurrency or something along those lines. And it's kind of funny. It's mixed reactions, and a lot of it does kind of cut the age demographic. I'm noticing the older people, obviously, if they haven't heard of it, they don't even want to hear about it. There are a few people my age, maybe a little bit younger, who are like, yeah, I've heard about that. Talk to me about that. And then, a lot of the younger people, or younger to me, relative, right? I'd say, maybe 35 down are a lot more familiar with it. And probably just because, this is it's how they were raised, right? Video games, always having the, phone and going and this and that. So it makes sense to me, but it also provides for good opportunity for those who are just about the price. And I get it. That's why we all got into it in the first place, right? Again, my origin story, if you would, it was learning about Bitcoin to do Bitcoin mining to bring in an extra $100 a week or a month in as income, just to pad the household budget. And then that just turned me down the rabbit hole. And here I am now trying to educate people and put this out there to people before, you know, things get much worse than they already are. And, you know, as again, put out by Robert Kiyosaki that we were just showing you here today in that tweet that he did and the article that got picked up about it and so on and so forth. Again, I know a lot of the people here already know what I've, you know, and even to some degree follow what I've said in this and what he said in this with regard to investments, gold, silver, and Bitcoin. Well, he highlights just Bitcoin, but I am not necessarily a maxi in that regard. I think that you should have Bitcoin, yes, but I also believe that you want some other cryptocurrency as well. Let me ask for the people who are still here sitting in the live chat, are any of you familiar with Paul Harvey? I'll wait. Go ahead. Yes, no, maybe so in the chat. If you're my age, you should be. I'm not sure how much, maybe even within 10 years of my, give or take, you might be familiar with Paul Harvey. He was a radio broadcaster, excuse me, in the 60s and 70s. Used to listen to him all the time as a kid. And always appreciated, he always seemed balanced and fair, regardless of, okay, this was a kid's opinion, balanced and fair, you know, regardless of what he was talking about. Again, my opinion. Awesome. Okay. Oh, I'm not the only one. I feel, oh, you guys just made my day. You guys just made oldies. Oh my goodness. Yes, exactly, Chris. Well, the reason I ask, I'm not sure if you guys saw that tweet. I did put a link to it in the description of this live stream from James Woods, where he basically put a broadcast from Mr. Harvey on his Twitter post here. He says, this was spoken by Paul Harvey in 1965. Every single word true then and more relevant now than ever. The only difference is America is now a runaway train. And he goes on about the whole leftist thing. But I wanted to play a little bit of it. I thought, you know, again, sometimes I feel like some people are much more elegant with their yes, and you're not a U.S. citizen. Exactly. I understand. Yeah, I appreciate the fact that so many of you know him. That makes doesn't make me feel quite as old. Thank you guys. Although, you know, if I were to listen to was it Chris? No, 100 Air. Oldies unite. Sorry, little things. Okay, put me back on the screen here. If you guys don't mind, I would like to play a little bit of this. The whole thing is like about almost 9 minutes long. We won't listen to the whole thing, but I'd like to put just a little bit of it. And it's very funny to me on the perspective of you know, it could be like he was almost talking about most of this today. In my opinion. So I'm gonna put it on. We'll play a little bit of it, and if you want to discuss it after, we'll do that, and then I'll wrap everything up because we're already 40 minutes deep into this live stream right now. So here we go. Sorry, thought I had it
at Runnymede. The Magna Carta was handed to King John on the end of a sword, denying to royalty the right of unlimited taxation. Yet you know it was for us, the American people, to become the first in recorded history ever voluntarily to surrender our rights to private property. Yes, we did. With an innocent-sounding constitutional amendment, the 16th, which says that Congress shall have the power to lay and collect taxes on incomes from whatever source derived, and we forgot to put any limit on the extent to which we could tax ourselves. Conceivably, we could be taxed out of all private property. We could be taxed not 70%, 80%, 90%, but 100%. We could awaken one morning and find that the government owns the farm and the house and the car and has a mortgage on the church legally.
Isn't that scary to think about right there? I don't know. That was one of the things that kind of hit me. Like, yeah, you'd think somebody would have put something in there, yeah, limiting stuff. But anyway, sorry. Let it go here.
Historically, whenever any nation has taxed its people more than 25% of their national income, initiative was destroyed and that nation was headed for economic eclipse. History says we'll roll forward on momentum for a little while, but we'd better get some more gas in the tank pretty quick. You see, ours is not the first by George good government to arise on the world stage. There have been several. Rome, Spain, and Greece, and China, and each enjoyed about 150 years at its zenith. That's just about our time in the New World. And then each decayed away. Not one of them was ever destroyed by anybody else's marching legions. Each rotted away, morally, socially, culturally, economically, simultaneously.
Again, does that sound familiar? What's going on in the United States right now? Again, it's like this could have literally been a radio broadcast from yesterday.
You know, one of the most cruel paradoxes of history is this. Because each was a good government, it bore bountiful fruit. When it bore bountiful fruit, the people got fat. And when they got fat, they got lazy. When they got lazy, they began to want to absolve themselves of personal responsibility and turn over to government to do for them things which traditionally they had been doing for themselves. At first, there appears to be nothing wrong asking government to perform some extra service for you, but if you ask government for extra services, government, in order to perform its increasing function, has to get bigger, right? And as government gets bigger, in order to support its increasing size, it has to what? Tax the individual more. So the individual gets littler. And to collect the increased taxes requires more tax collectors, so the government gets bigger, and in order to pay the additional tax collectors, it has to tax the individual more, so the government gets bigger and the individual gets littler. And the government gets bigger, and the individual gets littler, until the government is all-powerful. The individual is hardly anything at all. The government is all-powerful. The people are cattle. Now, some believe that the need is for a vigorous, strong man to arise on the scene, to regulate and regiment the affairs of men. Yet history tells us there have been several such. Once upon a time, there was a nation great and powerful and good. She was suffering from the aftermath of war, from a depression.
Right. Now he's
Then
getting
came
into a
upon the
little bit
scene a
about
leader
World
and
War II here.
idealist.
We'll stop that there. And I love it, 100 Air. He's like, I can feel the black and white AM radio vibes from here. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. That's funny, but true. But like, obviously he was just about to go start talking like about world, recovery from World War II and so on and so forth. And then a little later on, he's talking about the moon landing and this kind of thing. But up to that point, you can almost believe that this was like somebody yesterday sitting there on the radio or TV or right here on YouTube, whatever, and be like saying those same words about what's going on right now. And the reason that I included this with today's live stream was because to me, it was kind of like the cap to what Robert Kiyosaki tweeted out about, listen, save yourself. Because as he put it, as Paul Harvey's putting it, like this government is getting out of control. It is making itself bigger and you and I smaller. The only way we are going to be able to protect ourselves, save ourselves, otherwise opt out of that, is to literally opt out of that system. And again, Robert Kiyosaki in that tweet was talking gold, was talking silver, was talking Bitcoin. And I am of the mindset that, yeah, sure, gold again. If you're looking for the the link to go ahead and dollar cost average in the description of this live stream. Go ahead, check that out. See if it's for you. May not be, whatever. And, crypto. And again, to the point that you probably should know how to be able to live on crypto already before you need to live on crypto just in case. My opinion. What do I know? My opinion, not financial advice, old guy. All right, folks, that's what I've got for today. We're a little over 45 minutes in here at this point, and I appreciate everybody that's been here. I appreciate the lively conversation and the fact that, yes, I'm not quite as old as I feel because I'm not the only one who remembers Paul Harvey. Anyway, I really appreciate everybody. Thank you for being in the chat. Right now, I'm not sure if we're going to be have a Matrix Money podcast live stream tomorrow or not. Jar's unable to make it, and I'm trying to coordinate with FF. If we do not, for whatever reason, have a Matrix Money podcast live stream tomorrow, we will have one next Tuesday. We'll all be back next Tuesday, and we're going to give you the skinny about the live stream for the Bitcoin halving event. So make sure you tune in for that. As far as I'm concerned, I will see you Wednesday, 10 a.m. on this channel. What am I going to be talking about? I don't know. Got no idea. But it's, I'll be talking about something. And don't forget Friday night, 7 p.m., Crypto on the Rocks. All right. I appreciate everybody being here. Let me just kind of buzz through because I want to thank everybody. Yes, everybody, I hope you have a good week. It's the beginning of the week. So 100 Air, thank you for being here. Chris, Mike, appreciate you guys. Automatic Beats, always. I think I've got everybody. Did I miss anybody? If I did, I apologize. I don't think so. Looks like I might have got everybody. All right. I really appreciate everybody being here. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for all the involvement in the live chat. You guys are awesome. And yeah, exactly. Yes. Well, thank you. All right. You guys are awesome. You guys really are. So, all right. I will see you Wednesday, 10 a.m. on this channel. Appreciate you being here.